How we end up like this? Don't ask. This is the engine that we had on the engine stand before, on the same actually engine stand. It was complete engine, all right? Somebody already opened it before and it was missing from inside the oil pump and the oil pickup tube, and then they closed by again the oil pan. The parts from this engine, cylinder heads, oil pan, wiring harness and other stuff are here. I'm not gonna, the water pump and some other stuff I'm not gonna use, obviously, it's for scrap. Some other parts are here. This is the engine with the sleeves, just to don't have any misunderstanding, okay? So this, on this engine, the cylinders, they're not being compromised. There is no scratches, there is no scoring, fortunately. But what was the plan? The plan was to open only one cylinder head, change the bent connecting rod, let us say, put by again together, and give it to the customer. All right, that was from the day number, not day number one. This was one of the choice. Okay. While I was opening this engine, I make it upside down. Also, obviously, I remove the cylinder head. I make it upside down to be able to remove the piston connector from inside. Except that you see some burn oil. Okay, it's not. You can see also here how it looks like. All right, here you have the coolant path for the engine oil heat exchanger, that it has a little bit dirt inside, and all this, it will gonna clog the oil heat exchanger. By the way, the oil heat exchanger from this engine, I already throw it in the garbage. I don't want to use it anywhere because it can clog inside and not gonna work. Then the bearings, the bearings, the crankshaft bearings, I already opened one before I opened completely. They're not in the best shape. All right. That's the number one. Also on the connection of bearings, which you can see that has, it's not a wear, but it's not the ideal. I have it over there. Then you can see also timing cover here, how it looks like. Then you can see how much carbon has the pistons here. It's not the ideal. I have the timing chain, I have the guides and all this kind of stuff. It looks very good, and when I put on 53 degrees, it didn't have any. It looks like it's not been stretched, the timing chain. I will gonna have a look on it again. I'm not gonna leave it like that. The crankshaft rear seal was wet. The front seal, it was wet. This stupid O-ring, it became brittle, and this, it can cause a leak. This an O-ring that's sealing the coolant path. All right. I don't want to close an engine, let us say changing one piston connecting rod, and then after a month or 2 months come back the customer and start leaking from everywhere. Or let us say clog the oil heat exchanger. You know, this is the seal goes here. In any case, what I'm gonna do now, we give one price to the customer for this engine, all right? And I mentioned that I don't know how it is inside. I can see only through the camera. I saw that in one cylinder, it looks like it was have bent rod. In which cylinder it was? This one, on this cylinder, I think. Yeah, okay, but it didn't hit the wall, and I don't know if it's on specs a cylinder. Fortunately, there is no any lip. That means when you make, let us say, from the bottom dead center to the top dead center, you don't feel something, any step there or there up. That's a good sign. Now, I said that I'm gonna open the engine, and if I see that's worth it, the engine, and it's okay, then I'm gonna continue fixing the engine. This is also on a price. It's not like a rebuild. It will gonna end up like a rebuild, because I'm gonna call the customer and I'm gonna tell him, please spend some money for the crankshaft main bearings and connecting bearings. I have some new pieces of connecting rods inside, very low mileage, that I keep it before for these kind of reasons. I'm gonna measure also the pistons to see that's on specs, because the one that I have inside is almost new. I have write also my notes on my book how much supposed to be the dimensions for the piston. I'm gonna compare also these pistons, checking all the connections one by one, obviously, and build it again. So we end up to have a full build. Oh boy. One difference, because I make a leak test yesterday on the previous cylinder head that had the other engine, and it was not leaking the valves. I mean, when you put a petrol, let us say, from the inlet port or the exhaust port, it's not leaking, and the seals are new. I already opened. I have it inside the engine room. Let me go to show you. Let's go to see there. Okay, here I have the cylinder head. I already clean. I remove the carbon. The surface looks beautiful. There is only what I saw. There is one mark here. It's not caused by me, but this is outside. That means it's not stepping at all on the block. The block steps up to there, and is staying out. And then there is. It looks like that there is a sign. When they try to insert inside, most probably they scratch a little bit this one. But again, there is no problem here. There is nothing that has a problem. There is no problem here on the coolant path to indicate that has something inside. It looks okay. Plus, like I said, I put a pedal here. I don't see any leak from the valves, in none of the valves. The same thing from the exhaust. And the valve seals are new on this one. On the other one, it's not new. It's tired. And if I judge from the color of the oil that has inside, it's not the ideal. So now, here I put the intake manifold, the wiring harness. It's been prepared, the wiring harness, by Mr. Ayub. He's doing a good job. With spray contact cleaner, one by one the plugs, blowing with air to be perfect. Let's go again outside. So, back to the engine. Why I'm saying to change the crankshaft bearings, crankshaft bearings. As far as I know, the agreement, let us say, it is for a used engine. To have one healthy used engine, put it in. If I use these bearings, yes, it's gonna be fine. Yes, it's gonna work, definitely. But it's not gonna be the ideal. It's gonna be much better, let us say, if we change the crankshaft bearings, the connection bearings, thrust washers, okay? To have a peace of mind. Remove the carbon, measure the pistons, measure the cylinders, remove all this mess what you see here, make it like a brand new, and actually it's gonna end up to be new, because there is no scoring, let us say, on the cylinder head. There is no scoring here where it's stepping the camshaft, or on the cover, let us say, that's squeezing it down. Has more sealant, yes, definitely. The camshaft looks okay. This timing chain from that engine, from this engine, it looks like it was a little bit stretched. It was not aligned properly. It was not dividing the camshaft position sensor, the hole that's supposed to be in the middle at 53 degrees. This one was in much better condition. Again, I'm gonna double check this one. It's a must, so to use the best timing chain out of these engines. And I think I have also a backup inside. I think I do have an oil pump. You get the picture. So my plan is to close one engine as close as possible to 0 kilometers. At least to have a run out, let us say, for less than 40-50,000 kilometers. If there is any run out, let us say, on the cylinder wall or on the piston. If it's anything more than 40-50,000 kilometers, it's not the ideal, if you like. So that's the plan. Now, I'm gonna start now cleaning this block. By the way, when they open down the oil pan, they hurt it here. You're not opening the oil pan like that. You're not put a screwdriver or pry bar here. So what I did, I filed a little bit because it was positive, it was more up. There is no problem, you're not gonna have a leak, you're not gonna have any effect, something, just only you're gonna see one small imperfection here. This is not by me. You see the timing cover on all these things, there is no scratches on the deck up. When I'm gonna clean it, you can see that there is no scratches. A small update for that. Plus, one friendly advice to the people that are saying, no, force the customer, say to the customer to do it this way. The owner of the car, he, like I said before, a couple of times, I can suggest him what to do. I mean, I can give him some options. There is an option, let us say, if he wants just only, I'm gonna try to clean the cylinder bore here, to don't have the material of the piston, let us say, on, with the stones that I have here, let us say, and then put one piston, one connector that I have from inside, one fresh one, close it and call it a day. You can take, let us say, the block in a bag, for example. Take the block, get the parts, let us say, and then give the car for scrap, or sell it as it is, for example, all right? Get one brand new engine, throw it in, or build the engine, put sleeves, and build it properly. These are options. These are optional. I cannot force anybody to do something. Maybe the customer, he doesn't want to spend the money. Maybe the customer, he wants to put, let us say, I don't know, generator engine inside of the car. It's his choice. It's his property. Since it's gonna be my business if you're gonna do something and you're gonna put it on the street and it's gonna be dangerous for everybody. Then yes, I have a reason, let us say, to say my opinion. Why I'm against, let us say, but it's his property, and he can easily say that, you know what, no worries, Tassos, I don't want to continue with anything. I'm gonna get my parts, let us say, I'm gonna get my car, I'm gonna go to scrap it, or I'm gonna sell it, or I'm gonna keep it in my house just watching the car, you know. So, again, I'm not here to put a knife, you know, and say, you have to fix like this, and you have to change this and this and this. For me, from my side, I'm gonna do my best, like what I'm doing all the time. And like I said to the customer, it doesn't matter the agreement at the office, what you did. I don't know how much the price, honestly. I know some price, I know, because I was having a conversation with the customer and I told him, balance it. You have, let us say, these options. You have the option to get all the parts in the bags with a car, let us say, and then pay something, let us say, at least that we didn't work for free here, that I open the engine, we remove the engine, all these things. There is an option, like I said, to put one piece on the side. There is an option to send out the machine shop and fix only one cylinder. Example, there is an option to get a used engine, not in this condition, obviously. I'm not gonna allow it to be like that engine. Okay, for me, okay, it's a used engine. I can say that, okay, that's a used engine, that's what you get, but it's not like that, you know. We don't want to have a customer here after a month with an oil leak or with a sound or whatever, or with oil pressure drop or something. This is the worst thing. So I'm not gonna allow to do it like that. Like I said, option for the piston, or to sleeve, let us say, only one cylinder, or sleeve again all the block, or put a new engine, or put a used engine, or get all the parts in the boxes, and that's it. Again, it's not for me, for my side, for my mind, to start saying, you have to change this and take a look at this garbage and all these things. It's not like that. It is what it is. All right, find one solution. And let the owner decide what he wants. Just only be clear with what are you planning to do, let us say, in each case. Okay? What else? Keep in mind that this block that I open, we get it just only to go for sleeves, to send for sleeving. We didn't get it to resell it, let us say, like this one. This, they allowed me, I said at the beginning, go ask them at the office if they are willing, let us say, to sell you this engine, and instead of sending, let us say, for sleeving this engine, we're gonna sleeve that engine. You know, it's straightforward, right? Once again, it has to be machined like this engine block, for example. This is the demo block, all right? It's an MR57, it's a demo block. You see that it's been machined, all the cylinders get away, and then at the end, finally, we have to machine here the timing cover, because always they have one imperfection from the factory. Don't ask me why, ask AMG why. To be flush, to be okay, to be everything okay, and to be square, the most important thing, to be at 90 degrees, to don't have any imperfections. So by doing that, and since all the surfaces are nice and clean, you're doing it like 0 kilometers, right? I mean, from the block side. Now the cylinder head, if the guides are okay, the seats are okay, the valves are okay, and they don't have any run out, they don't have any wear, you just slap the valves, everybody happy, new valve seals, and you're okay. You take care about the imperfections on the casting, like I said all the time. Yeah, and moving on. Let me see. These are the parts, like I said, these are the parts from this engine, and these are the parts from this engine. I saw you already that. These are the cylinder heads. Okay, I throw yesterday. No, they throw the garbage. I throw the crankshaft rear seal, the oil heat exchanger, and a couple of other stuff. What else? Nothing more, nothing less. One small update. Again, if you want my opinion, this is purely, like I said, this is obviously my opinion. You don't have to force anybody. And again, it was for me, let us say, when it came the car to make a checkup, I can open, let us say, the cylinder head without asking the customer, right? I didn't do that. The guys, they make a checkup, then we put back inside, we remove the sparklers, I check with the camera inside, I call the customer, I show him what I see with my eyes, I inform him that I don't know how much run out, I don't know what problem has the cylinder, obviously through the camera you cannot get any measurement, and the only way, let us say, to see what's going on inside, it's at least to open the cylinder head. So when we give him the price, how much it costs to just open and check, let us say, in the worst case scenario, just cleanly beat the cylinder and put inside one piece of connecting rod, that I told him that, you know what, one piece of connecting rod that I have inside I can give you for free, because it's here with us, the company didn't spend money for the piece of connecting rod. And close by again, and then do whatever you want to do, you know. Again, it's not my property, I'm not the owner, it's not my decision. I'm giving some solutions whenever I can, if I can. And again, what happened? If you ask the owner, he'll gonna tell you that, you know what, I went to Tassos, he gave me some solutions, but then I have to go to the office to talk about the price, because Tassos, he does know the prices. Simple as that. To me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if from the office they give you $10, let us say, example, $10 or $10 million. To me, my job is gonna be exactly the same. It won't gonna change something. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying or not. That's it. Let me continue. I came early today. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. God damn it. It's already 9 o'clock. 16 minutes. Yeah. Let's move on. We're gonna see that later again. How it's gonna be the block after washing it. And then we're gonna get inside the engine room to get some measurements. If it's okay to continue. Like I said, whoops. Almost fell the mobile down. Like I said, by the way, that's the crankshaft. Forget about these fuel injectors. 2 fuel injectors were stuck inside. I'm not trusting these fuel injectors. The fuel injectors from this engine, it was in much better shape. By the way, take a look at gap. Take a look at gap there on the piston. You can see the piston ring. Yeah, that's a different story. This is gone. This engine has a scoring inside, and the guys that put again the spark plugs and the ignition coils on, I don't know why, because we have to open the engine with one way or the other. Don't ask me why they install again the spark plugs and ignition coils. It doesn't make any sense to me. So pretty much that's it. That's it. Some seals, some bolts like this, forget it. Yeah. Now, all the time is the preparation. Preparing it, washing it, measuring. Same thing for the crankshaft. You see that has a burnt oil on it, but it's nice and shiny, fortunately. I didn't see any mark. Even the crankshaft rear seal, I didn't see any step or something, let us say. It's not a high mileage engine, if you want my opinion. This is not a high mileage engine. Why I'm saying that? Because at less than 100,000 kilometers, 60,000 miles, you can have the same burnt oil if you're using the original oil and if you're changing it every 15,000 kilometers. You're going to have exactly the same things inside of your engine. If you don't believe me, try it. You're going to see the same thing. That's it. Let's move on. And plus, you have also the blow-by because of the carbon. Keep in mind that the carbon has the pistons, and the piston rings, especially the oil control ring, it's not the ideal because it has some piece between and it's not gonna seal properly. It's gonna cause a blow-by. Let me try to make it nice again, as supposed to be. This is 157984. 984. Yeah, let's see about that. It's supposed to be actually 984 because of the bolts on the crankshaft bearing caps. Yeah, all the upper are number 2. I saw that earlier, and I have the bearings for this. I don't know about the lower. I have to check the crankshaft. Here front. Yeah, like I said, move on. Let's start cleaning. Yay! See, nice hands. You like it? I have one special cream and becomes very soft, the hands, like that. Thank you.